This problem says Harriet, Izzie, and Jack share some money in the ratio 7 to 3 to 2. Harriet has 100 pounds more than Izzie. Work out how much each person has. So there's lots of different ways to do ratio problems, but I find that a simple way to do ratio problems is often using proportions. So proportions is setting two fractions equal to each other. Like for example, if we say the ratio of something that Harriet has over Izzie would be equal to, again, Harriet would have to, like something related to Harriet would have to go on top, and something related to Izzie would have to go on bottom. So we need for our fractions to be consistent with the same person on top and the same person on bottom on both sides. So setting up, because we do have information about Harriet and Izzie, that's why I started out with using those names in our proportion. So we have that the ratio is given as 7 to 3 for Harriet and Izzie, because it says Harriet, Izzie, and Jack. So that means the 7 relates to Harriet, the 3 relates to Izzie, and the 2 relates to Jack. So let's use the 7 to 3 for Harriet to Izzie. We can write that in a fraction, 7 to 3. And we'll set that equal to, we have a little bit more information about Harriet and Izzie. It says that Harriet has 100 pounds more than Izzie. So I often find that it's helpful to think about these types of ideas in using a variable. So if Harriet has $100 more than Izzie, if Harriet has, or let's say Izzie has X dollars, and if Harriet has X pounds, if Harriet has 100 pounds more than Izzie, then Harriet would have however much Izzie has, and then we add 100 pounds to that. So sometimes you might have to do a couple tries on figuring out how to represent how much Harriet has and how much Izzie has. But yeah, kind of a trial and error can help there. Make sure that it's set up in the proper way before you solve the question. So now, once we've gotten this set up, we can use a strategy of solving a proportion that I like to call the butterfly method. So the butterfly method says that whatever is on top on the left, we multiply on bottom on the right. So we're going to be multiplying these two to make 7x on the left. And then similarly, whatever is on the bottom left, we're going to multiply by the top right. So it kind of makes this butterfly shape, that this would be 3. And because we have two terms up here, we're going to need to use a parentheses or a bracket to put in the x plus 100. From here, we can solve this equation for x. So bringing down the 7x, we can distribute the 3 inside to make 3x, and then also multiplying the 3 by the 100 plus 300. And then let's combine our x terms, putting the 3x onto the left side by subtracting 3x on both sides. That gives us 4x is equal to 300. And to finish getting x by itself, we need to divide both sides by 4, since it's currently multiplied by 4. That cancels out the 4's, and it gives us x is equal to, grab my calculator to do 300 divided by 4, which is 75. So since x represented the amount of money that Izzie has, we know that Izzie has 75 pounds. Oops. And since Harriet has x plus 100 pounds, that means that Harriet would have 75 plus 100, or 175 pounds. So now we have information about Izzie and Harriet. We just need to finish up with Jack. So using the information that we currently have, let's use the 3 to 2, which would be Izzie to Jack. So 3 over 2, keep in mind that that represents Izzie over Jack. So to set up our second proportion, we need to put Izzie on the top, which we know that Izzie has 75 pounds. And we're looking for how much Jack has. So we can just put a variable there, for example, x. And again, now that we've set up our proportion, we can use the butterfly method of cross multiplying. That 3 times x is 3x, and 2 times 75 is 150. From here, to finish solving for x, again, we have a multiple of x here, so we can divide it out to get the x by itself. So x would equal to 150 divided by 3, which is 50. So x represented the amount of money that Jack had, so that means that Jack has 50 pounds. So there we go. We figured out how much each person has in the ratio of Harriet having 7, and then Izzie having 3, and Jack having 2. So I hope this question was helpful for you. If it was, please like the video and share with anybody who you think might find this information useful. Thanks for watching.